Other than that, Saran, how you feeling? You finally connected. Look at it. Now you crisp and clear. We can see you now.
I
You ain't
guess.
blurring.
I don't know. I guess the connection in the west end of the house, since we're living in a mansion and all, just
Right,
isn't
right.
as good as it is. So I gotta figure out that
Right.
situation.
Absolutely. Not the West Wing. She
Like,
said the West Wing. I gotta come to the center of the house. Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Lamar Hardy, aka Chef the Floor, and we are so glad to have you guys back with us again, friends, family, viewers of all kinds. Thank you guys for joining back in with us. If you're new to the show, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Two Fingers Deuces, baby. That's what we do. And without further ado, we got an action-packed episode for y'all today. So I hope you guys are ready to strap it in, get your popcorn ready, put your seatbelts on. We're gonna be riding through this for a little while. And of course, I can never do it without my right and my left hand, my co-host, the OG Mr. Gary Hardy and the young princess, Saran Hardy. What it do, people? What
hey,
it do?
hey, what's going on?
Let's go, people. Let's go.
Let's go. So glad to be back. We are here for another week. I got my water ready. I'm ready to be hydrated. Snoop, I see you got your smoothie over there. So you good, and Chris, you ready. We're gonna be here. Hardy boy, you just might be.
I got a shot. over here. Go ahead.
Oh, cognac. What you got? Cognac or the Henny? Which one you rocking with today?
Go ahead, man.
Okay. So, like that being said, we have a lot of topics to kind of get through today. A lot of things have actually happened during this week and part of last week that we really want to touch on. That's why we kind of waited and prolonged the episode just a little bit longer, because we wanted to make sure we have as much information, as much things here for you guys to share with you. As always, unfortunately, we do got to touch on some of the angels that have graced us on this earth that have recently passed. And it just, everyday life, as much as we think about it, we tell people, oh, we'll see you tomorrow. We go to work, we get into a routine. We got to make sure we appreciate the moments of today, and just the legends that come and go. And some of them have a little controversial past with them, but at the same time, they have a legacy that goes along with their legend. So, going into our first topic, as you can see, legends and their legacy. So first, we have one of the great jazz players. Hardy boy, how you say his name? Chuck what? Mangione? Mangione. Which one? I know you lived. I know you lived in Italy for a little bit. So
in America, we say Chuck Mangione.
Yeah, so Chuck Mangione, an American flugel player, trumpet player. One of his best pieces was on his "Feel So Good" album, and that's a tune that everyone recognizes. I just think I grew up in the backseat of my dad's car, so pretty much that kind of station was always on. I know Saran, she was probably the tail end of the backseat of the Volkswagen days.
I was in there. I was in there. Don't do me.
So yeah, man, Hardy boy, you the jazz maestro. Did you ever get a chance to go see him or hear him, or what was it like?
No, I didn't get a chance to see him, but like you say, he was part of the culture at that time, and he was a big boy, and everybody collaborated with him, and he had his own signature sound. So yeah, he's gonna be missed in that world.
Yes, sir. So he's from Rochester, New York. Made it to 84 years old, man. So that's a pretty good life, man. He's done a lot, very successful. But yeah, I think 1977. I'm thinking, and he located. It says it later co-led the Jazz Brothers with his brother Gap, achieving international success. So that's huge, man. And hats off to him. I'm sure he was a pioneer in his own way for the jazz scene and many other things like that. So, like I said, go look him up, go check him out. You guys will recognize the tune as soon as you type it in. Feels So Good. That's literally all you got to do. The catalog goes from there, and it's what it is. So, sliding over to
I know the flugelhorn is a different little design. I think.
Yeah. So it's a little. Well, it's an ovalish. Like it's kind of weird. It's like a trumpet and a French horn mix. It's got like a little funk to it. So that's why he was able to play the trumpet pretty well too. So
that was his signature. That funny horn too. That yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Going into our next musician, the crazy train himself, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. He recently just passed away. R.I.P. to another pioneer, another pillar of our music, our rock and roll culture, man. So, hey, dude, and I know some of you all have recently seen in social media and the news of, some controversial things that, with him and his wife. I know his wife got into a little, what's it, riff or something with Cheryl Tiff. That's what those are on the show, The Talk. There was a daytime show, The Talk, and I think it was over Meghan Markle and whatnot. And it was just a little bit, but he came to her aid, defended her, and of course, guilty by association. Then they just assume. So again, like, I think right now, if we could just separate that from the art, I want to focus on who he was as an artist and the groundwork that he laid there. And like I said, Crazy Train, ain't nothing bigger than that. That's like his Michael Jackson Thriller, for real.
And I think he was. Go ahead, Saran.
I was just about to say, was he just not on tour, but did he just perform, or was that an old video that I saw surfaced up where he was like sitting in his chair coming out and was performing?
I think he recently did tour.
And his group was Black Sabbath. Is that what I heard? I think I could be mistaken.
Yeah, Black Sabbath is the group.
He come out with a group. All these cats come out
from
with
the UK.
Real groups, rock and roll groups.
Yep, and Black Sabbath from the UK.
They do they single, they go single or solo, and they blow up again. And again,
Sharon,
make their own mark in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. No question. Ozzy Osbourne, the name itself changed the game. He was Wild Boy,
known as the Prince of Darkness. That was his nickname, man. But hey, man, he always had the glasses joints that like right here on the eyes. Hair was always long,
and his accent was so thick, man. With that, oh man,
UK,
yeah,
that's what it is. There's nothing, it when you from over there, it'll tell on you. So, rest in paradise to that legend. Now sliding over to one that I think is probably the most popular one for a lot of people, especially those who grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s, when we used to jump off couches and actually think WWE was real life. Mm-hmm. We used to fly off the couches and actually, and they out there doing, choreographed stunts and stuff. And we out here trying to mimic it for real, breaking necks and stuff.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Hulk Hogan, man.
Hogan,
you're talking about the guy. When you think of WWE, there's only a few people that you really, if anybody was, even if you didn't watch it, no, that's Ric Flair.
That's Ric Flair.
But that's another one. That's another one.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, The Rock, John Cena, what's it called? The Hardy Boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think of them, The Undertaker. So there's the real names when you think of the WWE world, and he is one of them when you talk about
no question.
And unfortunately, like many other celebrities, when they there's just always something that blemishes their legacy. And of course, we know with his recent passing, that has now resurfaced. A lot of people are having mixed feelings about, well, do we even care about the man? He died of cardiac arrest, but he had some controversial things coming out where he was using, racial slurs, and it was about, his daughter dating a black man, and the tape leaked during I think he was doing a trial at the time about a sex tape, and so that kind of leaked out on him. So again, separate the outer world things from who he was, and he got reinstated back into the WWE Hall of Fame back in 2018. And again, a lot of people don't appreciate that. And even today, like right before he passed away, he actually did a WWE show and he got booed and stuff like that. But again, before that, he was who he was. WWE is really, I wouldn't say nothing without him, but he's one of those Mount Rushmores who set the stage and made it a thing.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, let's just appreciate the art. That's where I always stand at. Appreciate the art and hold your opinions everyone's allowed to have their opinion. You can have your opinions, you can have the way you think, anything like that. But me as a person and as a human, I keep people on a humanity scale where I just look at, wow, the greatness that they were when they were in their primes of things like that. And just appreciating greatness. Again, that's all I'm saying. I just appreciate the greatness. Now, the support and everything, that's over there, but the greatness of it is where I'm
I agree.
at. And speaking of greatness, last but not least, one I think that hurts us the most because, basically, and I'm gonna say it, every black family was raised off the Cosby Show. I would have to say. I don't know too many black families that can just say, "Oh, I don't know nothing about that. I ain't never seen the Cosby Show, nothing like that." And for this dude to really,
but they wasn't raised here. They was traveling family, so it's different.
But for this dude to kind of be literally the only guy, like the only brother on the show for real, he in a household full of women. It's all sisters. Man, it's tough to see Theo Cosby or Malcolm Jamal Warner pass away. He actually passed away in a drowning at the age of 54 on the coast of Costa Rica. I think it was said that he actually went for an early morning swim solo and ended up getting carried like 200 feet away from the current and ended up drowning. So there's a video. Of course, you guys are always like, well, you always showing videos, but I really think we should just get to see the side of him as the adult. I know, and he's done some great stuff. Like he's been acting. He's a Grammy Award winner. He started his own band, I think. He does poetry. He's an activist, advocate for anybody. So I think you guys will appreciate this real quick. Let me present it for you here.
We play a little game of If You Only Knew. You do not have to answer. It is not a courtroom. Okay. Who is your childhood celebrity crush?
Janet Jackson.
Secret talent.
I'll pass on that one.
Okay. Person you trade places with for a day.
Malcolm X.
Guilty pleasure.
True Blood.
TV show you'd like to be a guest star on.
Ooh, Game of Thrones.
Best compliment you ever got.
That I will be a great father.
Someone you're dying to work with.
Viola Davis.
Weirdest job you ever had.
Bagging groceries.
What store?
It was a liquor grocery store in my neighborhood back in, it was 79.
Were you a good bagger?
I was, actually.
Something you wish you were better at.
Acting.
Strangest fan encounter.
Got my eye scratched at a parade.
Who did it?
Yeah.
Ran up to you?
Yeah.
She was a fan.
Yeah. She was, clawing to get at me. And
luxury you can't live without.
My bass.
Your bass?
I'm a bass player. So.
Oh, you're that too?
Yeah.
That's a luxury to you to play. Do you play in a group?
I have a jazz funk spoken word band called Miles Long. I've got 3 CDs out.
Really?
Yeah. I play electric and upright bass.
Tell me something people don't know about you. I just learned a lot.
Electric and upright bass. I have more of a struggle than people realize in owning that I am enough, if that makes sense.
A struggle that you're enough?
Yeah, owning that I am enough. I think, even though I've been acting for more than half of my life, even though I have been able to navigate through the perils of growing up in this industry on what could be seen as a successful path, there's a certain confidence that I exude. But even with all of that, there's still a struggle in owning that, yes, I am enough.
You are a poet.
Larry King reminds me of from Meet the Robinsons. The old,
the grandpa.
Very cool, very good.
Larry King.
The great Larry King. When you make it to his show, you pretty much done it. That's another.
Lamar, do you remember you went to a reading at?
Yep. It was the Kansas, and then I think that same day they had like instrument playing.
Malcolm Jamal, they call it the something zoo or something.
Wasn't that the same time I had some Jordans on that broke my foot too?
He hasn't worn Jordan since then. So
running through the kids. I haven't worn Jordans for sure. Not
yeah,
that
Malcolm Jamal Warner had a book reading in the Kennedy Center. We went down and saw him. I don't know how old you were. You was a shorty, so but yeah.
Probably about 6 or 7. It probably close to 6.
True story, man. So yeah.
Yeah, man. So, and again, learning stuff new. A lot of you all didn't know that. Again, I didn't know. I just recently came upon he was a Grammy Award winner. Didn't know that either. So it's just amazing to see that how you can kind of cross industries as well and be talented. Not only be an actor, but you play music, you do spoken word, you do so many other things that people don't really know and see that you can touch on and excel in it too.
And I think is interesting to point out how he says he still doesn't feel like he's enough. Like even though he carries out all that confidence and he's clearly an expert in multiple arenas, he has so much talent, he still feels like struggles to accept that, okay, wow, I am who I am. Maybe that's out of being very humble, being like just yourself is your biggest critic. So I think that was really interesting that he pointed that out about himself.
So again, the mental plays into at the highest level, the mental health or the mental just because like you say, he's on top of the world, you would think. And yet he has his not struggles, but
reservations or certain things that he feels like still hinders him. And it's something that you don't see because they do a great job of putting up a facade, right? Like again, you do so great. You've been acting your entire life. You're actually pretty lucrative at it, and you're getting big time roles. Like he's had big time roles on the primetime television shows and stuff like that. I think it was
he had a series. Yeah, I mean Eddie had a series. So yeah, the guy, dude, he's one of them.
This is my brain is cooking because that's actually a very interesting topic of how actors, if they ever have identity crisis and things like that, how like losing yourself in a role or something because they are professional pretenders. So it's like,
well, they say that's one thing that killed Heath Ledger, the Joker.
Yeah, the Joker.
In the Dark Knights. He said he got so invested in that role he couldn't escape it. So
couldn't come out. He can't come back. And then on the accident, you go to those unfamiliar waters, man, and there's undercurrents, and you don't have somebody on the shore to look out.
And just doing it by yourself, like I know you think like it's just a harmless swim and stuff like that. Like
I've drank some salt water in my day. Yeah, it's scary. That ocean, that John is scary.
It just takes you, bro. Like I don't even know that fear factor, bro. When to me, the water is the scariest thing. I was talking to some people about it at work. I said, I don't know if burning alive or drowning, which one. I said the water is just. I'm terrified of. I'm terrified of just watching the light go out, and I can't do nothing about it.
It's a slow death, huh? Wow.
You can't do, but it's just so. Again, condolences to not only his family but all the families we spoke on, and to all the fans and supporters of these people. Definitely some legends with some incredible legacies left behind have gone on to the next portion of life. You know what I'm saying? Going on to the one after life, man. That's what comes with it. So, I hope people continue and remember the good and the positives that these people left on the earth instead of, some of the negatives and the controversies that might have tainted or gilded their.
They will be judged. That's not our life.
Exactly. So, man, kind of going into something we kind of want to rotate. I know these are news breaks and news flashes that's going on, but we gotta address something that's really important, and that's something that's huge that's being circulated through the media, and that's actually kind of resurfaced because I believe that this incident actually happened back in February, but of course, through the judicial system and the but the legal process that comes with it, it takes time to get all evidence and stuff like that too. So, some of you all may be aware, the William McNeil Jr. police brutality incident that happened back, I think February 19th is the date, but don't quote me. Some evidence has resurfaced, body cam footage and whatnot. So I do want to share a perspective from another media kind of stronghold. And so maybe you guys can check this out. I want you guys to check this out before I play part of the actual footage real quick. And I know y'all are like, Lamar, you always playing footage, man. You always doing something, but we have to do it because we believe it's important. Not just me, but I think we believe it's important. So Frank Ski in the moment.
It's Frank Ski, and I'm just frankly speaking. I'm about to give you a very unpopular opinion about a viral video that is circulating on social media. Unpopular because a lot of you aren't going to agree with me, and I understand. But I have a reason to say what I want to say. William McNeil Jr., 22 years old, pulled over Jacksonville, Florida, in a traffic stop, refusing to get out of his car. Officers break his driver's side window, yank him out the car forcefully, punching him in the mouth. Okay, is it police brutality? I think so. Now for my unpopular opinion, but first, let me play a clip of the video for you. Watch this.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
And that's when they break the window, they pull him out the car, the rest ensues. Let me just say this. I have kids his age, boys. And as a father, I want one thing. I want my sons to come home. I want them to come home. Too many times we've seen videos like this go in the wrong way. William McNeil Jr. is still alive, but we've seen videos where people are not alive anymore. When I was his age, I was pulled over in Prince George's County, Maryland, same age. Pulled over, yanked out of the car, put on the street. The female officer put her Glock to the back of my head. Another officer came up, pulled up my shirt, checking for a tattoo. When they realized they got the wrong person, they just let me go. They turned around and walked away. No thank you, no nothing. That night, I lived. My friend was mouthing off. He was in the passenger side. I was like, bro, shut the hell up. Just do what they say. I get it. The police are wrong. Sometimes they're aggressive. You know what? They went from 0 to 100 real quick. I get it. But at the end of the day, I want my sons to come home. I want my nephews to come home, my mentees. I want your kids to come home. Stop beefing with these police officers. Stop being a smart aleck talking about, let me see the law. Well, and everybody else had their headlights on. So what? You were pulled over. They asked you to get out the car. Just do what they say. Deal with the police brutality and the rest of the stuff later. Just come home. I'm Frank Ski. I'm just frankly speaking.
So that perspective is very important. We're going to dive into bits and pieces of each part that he said because we have our own opinions on the case and the situation on the video that we saw as well. But I think one thing that's very important to all of us is that the media has showcased a lot of perspectives, and two of which is the one that Frank Ski just showed and the main one that went viral from the perspective of William McNeil Jr. actually in his car and is showing it from the window getting punched in. But there's one more piece that I think is very important for us to see, and then we'll dive into our conversation or our, take on what happened here. And then after that, no more videos. I promise y'all, I'm done.
Yeah, Florida 24 Bravo, Echo Charlie Whiskey on a silver Kia. I don't like this.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
Sorry, 35. I'm property dog driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle. 25 seconds. For the 94, the driver just slammed the door and locked it. Yep.
Commonwealth.
25 seconds. If anybody responded, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on too.
So that can go on all day. But okay. All right. So I feel like we need to get a little close for this one because that way we can truly get into what is being spoken here. So I'm gonna let y'all take it away first. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit back on this one first. Go. So who wants first crack at this? Do we want to flip a coin or what are we doing? Who wants to swing at this first?
Well, I gotta say, dude was treating it like this is a game. This is not a game, man. You playing that little call your supervisor, and yeah, we all agree that it was aggressive, but you've had to talk, and the talk is serious. When the police pull you over, you don't make no sudden moves, whatever. We all know the talk, so I'm not going to elaborate on that, but. Like Ski say, man, the bottom line is to come home. And that could have gone horribly wrong because when he closed the door and you could hear him on the radio setting him up, per se, saying, keep your hands where I can see him, keep your hands where I can see him. And, it could have went bad on that. So I agree with Steve.
Yeah, I think that perspective definitely is important too. And I hate to be the one because that's what they always say. Oh, look at all the other, what did he do to make them do that? XYZ, look at all the angles. But in this case, that perspective is important because just with him flinging the door open like that, he didn't open it in a, okay, sir, I'm opening the door because my window is broken. It was very much an attitude and already getting really defensive through the conversation. And the police did try to stay calm and keep it regular. I'm telling you what's going on. But yeah, as soon as he closed the door, that even heightened the unpredictability. And so, yeah, I can't rock with Mr. McNeil Jr. on that one. How he handled the situation was not good.
So what I want to do is, because I want to lay it out and we can kind of give a little bit more on it, but I want to lay out the scene, a quick synopsis. They pull the young man over and he flings his door open, as Saran said. And then he's kind of hanging out the door looking some type of way. One, your window's not working. So that's now a problem. Because I could write you up your window. Your car is not functioning correctly. Your window's not working. You can't roll down your window. You just admitted that to me. Okay, cool. One. Your windows are also tinted. So now that not only have you elevated or instigated or ignited this conversation between you and the cop because you are aggravated or agitated, you are questioning the officer now. And to be fair, cars have day runners now. So I really don't know the law on that, but I know cars do have day runners. And it looked kind of cloudy, overcast, whatever. Whatever the reason, whether it was right or wrong, that's where you are. And then you have the audacity to say, call your supervisor and slam in the door closed and locking it. Did I mention you are a black man in America? Okay, so you've already given them, you've already loaded their clip, is basically what I'm saying. You have now put the ammunition in the clip, they loaded it and cocked it, and now all they got to do is pull the trigger, because now they're in self-defense mode. Why? I can't see you in this window. I don't know what you're doing in there. Luckily, this cop is saying, yeah, I'm recording you too. He's recording. Cool. Luckily, like Frankie said, luckily, because this could have went left, this could have went right, it could have been over. Secondly, another perspective shows that the cop, another partner, goes on the other side and he's having a conversation. That's the one that Frankie shows. There's an actual perspective from that cop where he's talking to him and he's saying, yeah, I hear you, I understand. Yeah, he said this, that, and the third, but we'll show you the law when you get out. Still, like Saran saying, trying to de-escalate the situation. No guns have been drawn, nothing's doing this, all that. We are still cool. Yet you proceed to go, show me the law, get your supervisor. I haven't seen an ID yet. I haven't seen a registration yet. I haven't seen nothing that they have to ask for. It's okay now. And so now when they start breaking your window, like the viral scene that everyone's saying, you want to look at the camera like this. Oh, woe is me. Look at what they're doing to me. And then you get punched in the face and then yank you out. And I advise a lot of you guys to go finish and watch the rest of this video, because then he starts screaming saying, I'm trying to comply. Why are y'all trying to put me on the ground? We're past that. They even say it in the video. There's like, we're past all that. And we are past all that. Unfortunately, brother, you don't get what little Johnny gets, bro. It is what it is. It's been that way. Hardy Boy said we've had to talk. So I just don't understand why put yourself in this life or death situation.
Because it's literally a life and death situation, unfortunately.
Mind you, with all that going on, time is ticking. So we already done tried to do a nice little 3-minute traffic stop, but you done prolonged this to 10 minutes now. So yeah, by the time everybody, and you can hear it in the other clip, the dude is like, yeah, go ahead. Because so they've been out here before he even bust the window. The guy in the other window is like, all right, go ahead and do it, because we've tried all the tactics to get him out.
Causing a scene. You're causing a scene out here, and it didn't even need to get to that point.
Yeah. And the thing about traffic stops, if you want to plead your case, you can go to court and plead your case. You don't have to
take it to court.
You can give them their stuff. They'll give you the ticket. If you really got a case, you can just, all right, yes, sir, whatever, move, keep it pushing, and bring it to the judge. See what happens there. But so now saying no to license and registration, I don't think that's an option. Right. Like, I don't think that was
to court. Right. We taking it to court, but you don't got nothing good on your side, because, and we've said it before, talking about the P. Diddy jump, how black and white the law is really illegal. The judge going to look at you and say, when they ask you to give them the license and registration, did you comply? Well, no, but not done. That's what the lawyer's going to do. When they asked you to step out the car and this, that, and that, did you comply? Well, no, because done. It doesn't, there's no but or because or any, there's no second explanations. It's yes or no. Did you or did you not? And you did not. And you continue. You thought you were in Walmart supermarket, standing on the side trying to return something, and you didn't get your way. So now I want to see your supervisor. Bro, police don't got supervisors on the street.
Yeah,
they are the authority, my guy. And yeah, you can ask for the sergeant and the
captain, you know, and that's the little liberal law. The lawyers on the liberal side, on the left, saying, yeah, you don't have to get out the car. No, you don't have to. But on the scene at the moment, you might want to weigh your options here, man. And you have no options. I'm sorry to say that, and to continue to have to say that. Like Ski say, don't beef with these guys. You're not gonna win that, man. And to your point, he lived, because once you close that door back up, and you could hear him over the mic saying, keep your hands, keep your hands. So that's setting up the video to say that, oh, he didn't keep his hands if it went left.
So when I start emptying this clip, camera, video, y'all all heard and saw me say this.
Right.
I feared for my life. And by law, he did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
And he feared for, because I can't see him there. And it's going to be, and yeah, now the police is off on paid administrative leave, and we're in court and all this stuff, and we're up in arms and we're upset. And yes, to address it, yes, the police was wrong. He punched him in his face in the camera. Yes, we agree. All that is wrong. But bro, before that, what were you? You know what I'm saying? And again, unpopular opinion. And no, I'm not trying to be a cop out. No, I'm not trying to be the person that's like, wow, you really gonna ride with the police? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm riding with the fact that as a black man in America, you know what you're supposed to do. You know the rules. We all know the rules. Why do we continuously try to like do stuff that we know is not for us?
And these are rules in order to come home. That's what rules. It's not rules in the legal book or nowhere else. These are the rules that we have put together to survive. You got to come home, dog. That's
it.
That's it.
So I don't really got too much to talk about on that anymore. I really, like I said, it's been circling through the media. The world has seen it. Everyone has seen it. I just wanted to bring that perspective to light because I don't think enough people are seeing that.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen that perspective. That was my first time seeing that perspective.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think people are seeing that because, again, social media. And yes, I get those who want to fight the good fight for us. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the good fight.
I got my BLM shirt on now.
You know what I'm saying? Black lives do matter. However, thank you. As much as we want to ride and cause havoc and ride and do all this other stuff, let's educate. Let's be accountable. Let's hold each other to a standard where we actually want to make it here and strive for equality. We can't strive for equality and shoot ourselves in the foot at the same time. And that's all I'm saying.
So that slogan goes both ways then. Black Lives Matter. You gotta respect your life at that time. Your life does matter, black man. So you need to do what you need to do in order to preserve that and make it home.
And that's it. So, like I said, if you guys want more on that, like I'm gonna link the video. The full length is only about 6-7 minutes. I'll link the video in the description. Go check it out, please watch it and just see more and see what all ensued. If not, that's fine. We just wanted to bring it to the table, and that's pretty much all we got on that. So sliding right on down to the next topic again, and these are topics that are like headlining right now, and we wanted to make sure we touched on it. So one of the biggest topics that is circulating in the sports world is, Shaq Diesel comes to the aid of our young Angel Reese, currently a up and coming rising star, not only for the black people, but just for the game itself and all women, WNBA for sure. Bringing light to that sport that has been needed for what are they? Is it 25 years now? They've been 25 years. They've been an actual organization, a league. So we don't want to shine light on this either because this is ugly. Quick synopsis. There was a tweet that came out. Angel Reese is actually one of 3 female who's ever graced the cover of 2K's basketball. Thank you. Round of applause. Huge. And what I mean by that is, as a feature, she's one of 3, where Asia Wilson was a feature, Candace Parker was a feature, and now Angel Reese. Now, there were special editions that came out with Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and Sabrina Ionescu, but features meaning when they dropped the game, they were actually the cover, not a later edition that came out a couple months later. So Angel Reese was one of those. And someone took it upon themselves to Photoshop that 2K cover and, make it a primate with her jersey on. And so, of course, the saying, we don't really associate black people with monkeys, but that, again, that's the correlation that they was going for. And the person who retweeted or photoshopped it probably had like less than 100 views or less than 100 subscribers. That was whatever. What took it to the next level was Robert Griffin III, RG3 as some people call him. He not only retweeted it, he came to the aid at first of Angel Reese and was like, yo, this is sick. This is not good. We should never be doing this, blah, 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 blah. However, there seems to be some rivalry or something going on that he is always intertwined with Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. And he came out and spoke about how he got some intel about her not liking Caitlin Clark, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And then Shaq came to the aid because he's a fellow LSU alum, looking out for his people, this, that, and the third, came to the aid of RG3. Don't want to really get into that. That's been servicing. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys can easily find it. Literally type it in the Google search, you'll find it. What we want to talk about is the fact that Angel Reese is making such great headway, such great shine, all doing such great things, and we're pulling each other down again instead of raising this young lady up. And so what we're going to do is raise her up on right now. We're going to raise her up. And so I think it's amazing to see that she's on the cover of 2K. Her field goal percentage has gone up. She's actually the rookie. She's breaking records. She's got like the most rebounds and points in like WNBA history. And that's for she's closing in on it. And that's for women of all decades that's played in the WNBA. And not only that, she's bringing light to the sport from fashion, glam, just her athleticism is crazy. And her and Caitlin have both said they don't have bad blood against each other. They're actually appreciative of each other because, again, both of them are the yin and yangs of the WNBA right now. They're killing it. So, I just wanted to say that. Saran, with you, Hardy, you got anything to say on that tip?
Yeah, they're changing the game the same way Magic and Bird saved the NBA. These two rivals coming in out of college. Bird came out of Indiana State. Magic came out of Michigan State. When they landed, because they was riving, they was have that going back and forth in college they last years. Phenomenal players, everything in college. Brought it to the NBA. Dog went to Boston. Dude went to LA. There's no bigger East Coast, West Coast rival. And they saved the NBA. And Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese doing the same thing coming out of college. And, people recognize that. And to your point, they just competitors on the court. They love each other. They, like you say, glam, girlfriend rocking Prada every time you see her, Caitlin.
Angel.
And LSU, your girl rocking what she rocks. She's all over the place. Got her own line. So yeah, they've changed the landscape of the WNBA or the W as they call it, and the money, all that is going through. Has been upgraded. So yeah, these two, you hate them or you love them, and my understanding of marketing, you want to be either or. That's how you get your numbers up. You're gonna be either or. The middle, mediocre people in the middle, they ain't getting no crazy numbers. But the people you love or you love to hate, either way you want to define it, those are the people who are making the changes. And these two going to always be associated with each other. It's just what it is. And we good with that.
I think you had a minor slip. Shaq came to the aid of Angel, not RG3. That's just so the folks.
Yeah, thank you for correcting that. That's what I meant. Yeah.
But yeah,
I think I switched the name. I said LSU alum, but I appreciate you.
Yeah. But yeah, like competitors gonna hate each other. I know me personally, I got some people that I got beef with, but it's still a respect thing. Like, even if they don't love each other off the court, they don't hate each other off the court. It's respect. Like, we cordial. You cool, stay over there, I stay over here. But
right. I don't gotta like you.
The extra banter and the racism and stuff, I know they're not for that. That's not what competitive, that's not the type of energy that they want. And I hate that it turns into that the outside world turns it to that. But yeah,
right, the media is doing that because it's definitely not them. I know for facts. Like, and to your point, so I'm like, competition, I don't gotta like you, but the respect is always gonna be there because
I don't like you because you just like me. You a dog just like me, person.
Yeah, you a dog. Alphas don't like alphas. That, at the end of the day, alphas don't rock with alphas. That's what it is. But I know I gotta come with it though, and that's the respect. I gotta come with it because the same way I'm a bust your behind down here in this paint with these rebounds and these buckets under the basket, I know not to step out there beyond the 3-point line with you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So I know you're gonna come with it. I'm gonna come with it, and that's where the respect lies. But off the court, I don't wish no ill will. I don't have no malice against you, so no malicious intent for you. We just not buddy, unfortunately. And that's cool. We don't gotta be buddy. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? I see you over there. I'm gonna holler at you when I see you next time on the court. It is what it is.
And
So
being an OG, y'all generation just don't roll like that no more.
said, go
Yeah.
ahead. He calling us Charmin, Saran. He said, y'all Charmin out here. Man.
Y'all don't roll like that. It's not that kind. And the point I'm making is you either learn that at home, how you different and prejudice and all that, or now the media is trying to slowly put it in there to get the controversy and the headlines, the splash page. But y'all generation, man, I applaud you all. Y'all passed that, man. It's everybody lottie-dottie, and let's do what we do.
Yeah, I would say probably me. I'll throw Saran in there because she swears she part of us, but I would say the tail end of the '90s for real is like the end of it, of that old school upbringing, teaching and stuff. Because you're right, these early 2000s, everyone's best friends, buddies, but it's the age of social media, right? Your homies, you could be friends with someone across the state, but y'all be like this, y'all cool. You talking to people in states away, talking about, oh, I can't wait till we get to college and link up this, then the third. Y'all rivals on the court, but then become teammates at college from high school. You know what I'm saying? And then you might separate again at the league, but it's all fun and games. No one takes nothing personal nowadays, which is great. I mean, this is the dream that's been, fought for generations, and we're still trying to close the gap even further. But you can see the differences and everything that's going on. So, I think Angel Reese is doing great. I love what she's doing. I know some people don't like her, personality. I think that's what it is they've never seen a personality like hers for a woman in sports. And I think, Serena has that same kind of personality where people it's something they want to say it's too manly, or it's that's a man, that's too masculine, or that you can't do that. When guys be in each other's face, they be scrapping, they be pushing and shoving, they talk the smack, they do all that. And Angel Reese does that. Even Caitlin Clark, she does it a little bit too. She talks smack. What's her name? Her teammate Sophia Cunningham. She talks smack. The Marbury sisters, all them girls in the league has changed. The world is evolving, but I love it because that's how it's closing the gap, not only in the pay scale but in the play as well. So I'm a fan of it, and I think Angel Reese is doing great, and that's all I gotta say about it. If you don't rock with her, don't rock with her. But I think she's doing what she's doing. And I think this is a perfect segue into what it is that we want to talk about next. It's just the WNBA and the All-Star Weekend they had in Indianapolis. I think that was a great showing. Something crawling on my shirt. I think that's a great showing. Of course, they had it in Indiana because Caitlin Clark is doing what she's doing, so you got to keep it. And then she ended up pulling out last minute because I think, what was it, a groin injury? I think she might have that she's suffering with. But she was supposed to be in the 3-point contest, and I'm sure everyone would have loved to see that with her, Sabrina Ionescu, Kelsey Plum, Citron, Alicia Gray. So
they got some shooters. They got some short shooters.
And they were shooting, bro. Sabrina took off on them because Alicia Gray, she was there because she won both the skills and the 3-point last year. Right. And so she was the defending champ. And Sabrina has something to say about that, man. Sabrina was lighting that joint up, and it was pretty cool. But also the skills challenge, I enjoyed the skills challenge the most. That was probably the most entertaining because they were really trying to, get that time and get after it. So,
our girl, Cloud, that left us and went
Natasha Cloud.
Man, Cloud. That's been a good pickup for the Liberty, but. Yeah.
Yep. So both New York won both of those. They won the 3-point contest and the skills challenge, and they both had to go through Alicia, which is crazy. So I thought that was pretty entertaining, man. It was cool to see that. Unfortunately, with the All-Star games, man, we got to find a way to get these All-Star games back competitive in all sports. I don't know what's going on there, man. We don't play. We. It's just and it's not even a scoring competition. It's just you just chuck. We just jaw back and forth. We out here doing.
I guess liability, man. You can't.
I get it. But the fits were fly though, right, Son? They were looking good out there. Did she freeze? Oh,
Saran, you frozen?
She might have felt it. But yeah, I think Asia Wilson. Oh, she might be coming back. I don't know. Wait. But anyways, Hardy, Asia Wilson, she'll be back. Asia Wilson was showcasing her kicks. She had her shoes like in the screen like this the whole time. She had some new shoes that she was breaking out.
So Ron, I think he asked about the fashions. Did we
Sorry, y'all. I'm having technical difficulties the whole time. I'm fighting for my life over here. But yeah, the fashion was there. The girls were stepping out on the carpet. I think what was interesting about this All-Star weekend was a lot of people got to see the behind the scenes. So there was Courtney Williams and I forget, they have a little podcast or live stream they have called
What's it called? The stud buds?
The stud buds. And so they was on live like the whole 3-day weekend, 72
They
hours,
were.
whatever. And we got
Oh
to
my
in the
god.
clubs. We got to see them like turning up, just interacting with each other outside the court. And it was really fun to see it because it's like, oh, y'all turn up like we do. Like they was in the club turning up, going crazy, acting wild.
Going wild,
And,
just having a blast.
and they
I'm
even
talking
had
about all
like
players.
Yeah, the commissioner was like, y'all better behave. And then they had a couple clips of her in the club dancing with them, going crazy.
The commissioner, yeah.
Kathy, yeah. So that was really fun this year. That's why it was like so different. They really hit a different type of media because it was all over TikTok, Twitter, and all that. And it was just funny, very entertaining. So
and that's fan base. That's bringing us to the table, man. We're coming to see them. So those are good moves, man. Absolutely.
It's crazy. So yeah, I really enjoyed the WNBA All-Star weekend. It was cool. And to be honest, we got what we got. We got the WNBA League Pass on our TV. We be watching all the games now. And now it's the second half of the season, so they done emptied up a little bit more. They going harder. So the games are a lot closer. Teams are playing more, scoring more. I just saw a game.
Which is that
night.
normal to have the All-Star game and then
in
still
the middle,
be playing sports afterwards?
Midpoint.
Yeah.
Midway
So all the sports, pretty much all sports do that except for football because physical.
Right.
Physical, you can't really do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, all the sports do like a little midway break, and then they get back to it because that what that does is it allows for trade deadlines to kind of come about, and it allows for last push or runs to make the playoffs, and that's kind of the incentive there. It's like, okay, now y'all got to focus up because we trying to get to the playoffs now.
And some recuperation time, a free week or so.
Yeah, because all the other sports be having like a billion games, man. Football only got 16, 17 games, but all the other sports be like 82, 126.
That's insane.
I don't know how you play that many games in a year. But yeah, man, so that's great. And I think staying on this topic, man, because, women's sports in general, I know James Brown said this is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing. It wouldn't be nothing.
No, it isn't.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to hit y'all with another one. And then your girl, Aretha Franklin, dropped the rESPYsect. But, since we're going to talk about the ESPYs, rESPYsect. Thank you. I got bars for this.
Wow.
I see what you did there.
You see that? rESPYs.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You gotta try, man. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I'm here all week, man. I got bars for days. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do.
Speaking of the ESPYs.
Yo, so
right, please, let's get to it.
I know the ESPYs probably came out about a couple weeks ago. So by the time this video actually airs, the ESPYs is probably like 2-3 weeks of that. But like I said, we wanted to put it all together. But ESPYs was great, man. This was probably the first ESPYs I tuned into fully in a while. Like I haven't really watched the ESPYs probably since like Drake was the host with Brian McKnight, that one, and that happened like almost 10 years ago. So, this is probably the first one where I tuned in from beginning to end, was really intrigued. And this one was for the ladies, man. This ESPY seemed like it was for the ladies, if I have to say so myself. I think they really did their thing. And I got a list. of all the all the women that won an award. So I guess we can kind of go into the list. You guys say anything about the ESPYs before I kind of rant off the list?
Well, the ESPYs, the entertainment was different. It kind of stepped up. What was that? Glow? Was it Glow?
Yeah, so the entertainment they had Busta Rhymes, they had clips. Was Glow there? I think Glow might have been.
I think Glow had something to say, and of course the MC, this guy, he was pushing the envelope. He was looking at
to me. I try. Yeah, we gonna let y'all go see his clip. Yeah. I don't wanna do it, but
right.
He was definitely on it, and I thought it was hilarious, man. He was doing his thing, man. But it's hilarious through comedy, meaning like saying stuff that we can't normally say on the everyday streets, but we all are aware of it. And as a comedian, you can always just go for it.
We're joking.
Yeah.
What is Saran off again? Wow.
Yeah, Saran is having a hard time, but it's all good. We can hold it down until she get back.
All right.
Hopefully. But
yes, you have a list of our winners, or
yeah, I wanna touch on the list of winners that we have here. So I'm gonna say everyone's name is about 13 girls on here, 13 ladies, and so we just gonna get there. So Muhammad Ali Humanitarian Award, that went to Sloane Stephens. That's the tennis player.
Right, I saw that. I didn't know Sloane was doing that kind of work in the community.
It was great work, man, and I loved it. And like one of her first beginners was there with her, and just helped her reach it. And now she got a full scholarship because they not only does she teach them tennis, but then they go into the school, they do reading, they do other stuff. Like she provides more, and it's in the Compton area where Serena and them grew up.
Right, I didn't know she was from Compton either.
I didn't either.
Wow.
And so she provides like all these equipment and everything for the students to do what they do. And then let's see if I can invite Saran back real quick. So hopefully she'll join back up with us. But yeah, Sloane Stephens. And then Simone Biles won 2 ESPYs. One for the best women's athlete of the year, which rightfully so. You can't really argue that because it is what it is. And then the best championship performance, she won that. And that was in all men's category. She was the only woman in an all men's category. And that's with Steph Curry. Who else? I think it might SGA. It might have been one more. I can't think of it, but it was crazy. And to me, I still would give it to Simone, but Steph Curry went crazy in that Olympic game. And so for her to win that just shows how great she really is, man. Yeah. She's the most decorated Olympian. So, I mean, you can't really argue that. So the best breakthrough athlete, this USA Rugby young lady, Ilona Maher, she did it, and she came out and spoke on the fact that it's okay for women to be strong. It's okay for women to be competitive and be physical and all this, to put that extra weight on the bar, to go hard and stuff. And I think, there's that stigma of, crossing that barrier of masculinity versus femininity. And so her whole speech was beautiful. I loved it. That's what really kind of got me going. I said, oh, this is going to be a good show. And then from there, it just went on.
She wore it well, too. She wore it well.
Oh, that dress, them guns were out, but that dress was hitting. And she had the heels on.
Yeah. That
dress was hitting with the heels on. So probably one I wish Saran was here for. I'll circle back to that. Maybe she'll join in on that one. Capital One Cup college winner. So they do one for the men and one for the women. UNC women's team won it for the women. Both they're led by their soccer and lacrosse teams, who both won national championships, which is insane, bro. You know how hard it is to get to a national championship, and you got 2 teams in the same year that won. Come on, man. That's insane. The Icon Award was Alex Morgan and Diana Taurasi. I thought that was very good. They did like a playoff for one each other where someone would say something and she would say something, and again, they're doing that.
And those are soccer players and basketball players.
Alex Morgan, USA soccer player,
The GOAT,
one of the best scorers to do it, and Diana Taurasi, literally probably the best scorer to do it for the women's basketball.
Absolutely.
Best comeback athlete, Suni Lee. She actually had a disease that kind of held her from playing or doing gymnastics and whatnot. So, welcome back. Welcome back. I think we got Shawty back. Hey, welcome back.
Change of scenery. I know what's
Right?
going on.
What up?
Welcome back. We just going through the list. So, Suni Lee, comeback player, comeback athlete. Caitlin Clark, best WNBA player. Of course, we knew that was coming. College women's athlete, Juju Watkins.
I was surprised she was.
Juju on her.
Yeah, they gave Juju because she went down and she was getting ready to turn up, man. So
she went down in the playoffs. So at least her season, they basically, but she was about to turn it up.
Oh,
and I actually just watched on the ESPN the number 1 basketball player for 2026 she just committed to USC. So I already know what she was. Sanaya Hall, maybe something like that. And then best boxer, Katie Taylor, which is one of the best boxer, crazy. And then the best tennis player, Coco Gauff.
Coco.
We kind of knew that was coming. She won her French Open, which was great. So now she has a French Open and a U.S. Open. So all she needs now is an Australian and a Wimbledon, and she got all of them. So
that's all, right?
That's it. That's all. That's all she got to do. And then glad you're back, Saran, because we wanted to talk about the Jimmy B Perseverance Award going to Katie Schumacher-Cawley, the Penn State volleyball coach. And I know that probably resonates you with a miss, but for me, I kind of got choked up a little bit. My eyes got hot, you know what I'm saying? I got a little teary.
Yeah, watching the video of them filming like her day-to-days of having to go through treatments and then going to practice and kind of how that experience through the season, that I did get a little choked up and stuff, but it definitely showed in the season watching Penn State play. They tapped into that type of grit, that type of determination that you can't have it unless you're going through something like that, unless you have a coach going through something like that. Like they were saying, I was tired coming in from my classes, but then I would see her coming in after the treatments and it's like, what am I tired for? When she's going through all this and still showing up for us. So, and it showed in that, what was it, Dad? Was it the championship game or the semifinals?
It was the semifinals.
And they reverse swept them? Come on now. You don't reverse sweep Nebraska.
Right.
That was crazy. They were down 0-2.
0-2 and came back in 5 sets. I love that game, but that just shows you like that's happening to a whole different level of we can't be denied when you got to fight for a coach like that. So
and then went into the championship like they were like, oh yeah, this is
like y'all should be about it.
Right. And I felt bad for the team they had to play. Who did they have to play in the championship?
Who was it? Because it wasn't who we usually think.
Was it Louisville or somebody?
Louisville, because they didn't have.
Yeah, it was Louisville.
Yeah, they made a phenomenon. And they had
their main hitter was out
outside, but now they was up against a whole
sorry.
Yeah,
it didn't matter who it was though. It truly didn't matter who was going to be on the other side.
I just thought that story was crazy because they showed. To me personally, so what always hits me is the strength that your family has for you. That's what really gets me. Like I know the players and all this stuff, but like, especially as a parent to see your kids be strong for you, and I know you probably are like, dang, like I can't protect my kids. I can't perform or provide or do all this for my children. And yet my children are doing that for me. Right. And it was just kind of crazy to see how much you grow up. You saw the kids grow up and mature and take on responsibilities and do things. And, grandma is there. And, I know dad is trying to be the overarching everything, but, he don't got to do it alone because big sisters are now stepped up and, little sisters are now doing more than what they're supposed to do. And so, just to know she was talking about, and like I think she was doing like 3-hour commutes back and forth, like and be back for practice same day.
Or something like the treatment.
Yeah. She was making 6-hour round trips and like staying out there when they needed to and showing up for practice You couldn't. You can't make me play harder than that. Ain't
Right,
nothing.
right.
Ain't nothing. Come on.
Like she said, what am I complaining about? I can't be tired. Who? What do you?
But it's also like we won't be tonight. Y'all not gonna beat us. I refuse. It's crazy how that switches. How like we talk about momentum in sports and how you see the momentum switch, but it's a real thing, man, and it just shocks you every time you see it. And so that was probably my favorite part. And she came up when she did her award speech, like it wasn't no long drawn out thing, and she just came up, said her thank yous, and just went on about it. I said, wow,
she was rocking the cut too. I was telling you,
she looked so pretty. The cut was nice.
Yeah,
her makeup was nice. She looked very good.
Yeah,
you know, repping for the Baldies. I love that.
Yeah.
So I think the ESPYs did really well this year, and even I know some people are going to say the host did. I think he did really well. His jokes were.
He was corny. I'm sorry. I had to. The beginning was going on way too long. I was getting second.
Well, okay. I would say I'm not really talking so much. I'm talking about like the in between stuff, like some of the stuff he would say in between to kind of transition. Those were pretty good, but I feel it. The beginning was long.
My mouth off the beginning, so I just kept skipping. I was like, "Where are the people getting their awards at?" Because I'm not listening.
I feel it. But I would say my favorite parts are probably Sloane Stephens Humanitarian Award. That was very good. I like that. Coach Schumacher, Alex Morgan and Diana Taurasi. I liked how they played off each other a little bit. That was very good. And then, like I said, Ilona Marr. I thought her speech, she kind of set the tone for the ESPYs because she got it in the beginning, and she set the tone on, there shouldn't be a stigma on women, and that we can do anything we want to if we set our minds to it. So.
Right.
But yeah, man. Other than that, Saran, how you feeling? You finally connected. Look at it. Now you crisp and clear. We can see you.
I guess. I don't know. I guess the connection in the west end of the house, since we're living in a mansion and all, just
right.
So I gotta figure out that situation.
Absolutely.
Not the West Wing. She said the West Wing. I gotta come to the center of the house.
But yeah, we good.
Oh man. Well, thank you all for being here. We appreciate y'all tuning in. I know it was a lot that we discussed today, and some things we didn't want to have to talk about, some things that needed to be addressed and whatnot. But I think it's just important to have your own opinions and talk about the things, and that's what we're here to do. So if you haven't tuned into us before, please tune in more. We appreciate you. If you like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, get notifications, do all those great things. Tell your friends, tell your family, tune in, join us. If you have any topics that you want to talk to us about, just send them into our email, social media, or you can visit us right here below at www.twofingersdeuces.com. And,
And as he stated, we're just setting the table. What happened this week? What happened last week? And then we used to do what's coming up or what's down the road, but we'll tweak that.
Yeah, we're working on that. We got some things in the bag, and so I will say though that we do have some event ideas. We're getting back out there, getting back out in the streets.
Right.
We gotta get back outside.
Right.
We just had some things in the beginning of the year, but we're getting things back in order. Other than that, Saran and I will be in the streets one more time this upcoming week, so we'll have some videos already pre-scheduled for y'all to see of us and keep you guys up to date on what's going on in our show. Yeah.
Can you guess where we're going?
What?
But yeah, man.
Streets,
we just outside just a little bit.
Because the summer has really gotten away.
It did.
Hey, come on, man. August, they're gonna be back in school, and we know what happens.
School starts back up August 18th over there, yo.
Oh my goodness.
I just found that out yesterday.
That's a wrap. What's the date?
August 18th. We used to never be able to go to school before Labor Day. Now
I'm like, it wasn't even until after September 9th or something.
Now we going to school 2 weeks before Labor Day. I would have let you slide because sometimes they let the football games go the week before school start. That 1 week, so football games get started. This 18th is a little too far from September.
The 18th is crazy.
It's a little too far. It's too close. It's too close to 15. That's the halfway point. That's 2 weeks.
What are we getting at? Why? I don't understand.
Why did we need? Are they getting out in early May? Like, what?
That's what I'm saying. Are they getting out early? I
know down south when we used to talk to like our cousins and stuff, it'd be like, oh, they're going back to school, but they usually get out a month before us.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is weird.
I mean, if they get out of school in May, then okay, but that's even weird. I'm not even used to that. Y'all getting out a little too. You getting out with college kids.
Right,
if I'm coming home from college, I don't need to see y'all yet. Running amok in the streets. I want to be able to just move around my old neighborhood without seeing y'all first. Can I do that for like a solid couple weeks a month?
Right.
Man.
It's too much.
But anywho, as always, we can't leave without doing what we know we're supposed to do. So, as y'all can always see here, I'm gonna keep y'all on the screen for this one because it's a beautiful day. Why not? God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And as always, our favorite part of the scene, ladies and gentlemen, we thank y'all for coming through. We thank y'all for being a part of the show with us. And as I slide over here,
2 fingers, peace and love.
2 fingers, 2 up, 2 down.
2 fingers, deuces. We out, baby.
We out.
We out.
We out. We out.
Snoop,
we out, baby.
Gator, appreciate y'all hanging in there with me today. I know this was a longer episode than usual, and I appreciate y'all for that. Y'all enjoy. Fingers, fans, be breezy. We out. Peace.
Bye.